Hey everybody, I'm Mitch and welcome to the Legendary Galaxy. On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make an IG-11 assassin droid ceiling lamp. So let's get started. So this is the light I wanted to replace in my room with the IG-11 head. I purchased a nurse droid head on Etsy at DroidDivision. So I just started off by printing the droid head file on my printer, on my 3D printer, and it's kind of mesmerizing looking at that printer. Just kind of, you can see this is the top of the droid, and it has a support in there so it doesn't fall down, but each piece took about 24 hours, so each of the 4 pieces, so it took a little while to print, but it came out really good quality. So here it is, all put together, and I'm just taking apart, showing you the 4 different pieces. And you can see little nuts and screws and some of the eyes. So just putting the screws in the right place, and the other holes will be red when it's done. And to make sure they got all done, I just put in my favorite glue here. I just glued them in the back. So I use this plastic wood here, and I just put it on my finger, and all I'm trying to do with this is try and get some of those print lines out. Some places it's a little noticeable than others, and you can see this little piece here, you can kind of see the lines. And so yeah, I just cover it with my finger and let it dry for a day, and then I'll come back and sand it. But you can see here there's little blemishes that I'm also trying to take care of. So on the bottom part you can see there's a big printer error of some sort, and it made a little bump, so I used my putty knife and just filled it in just like I would something that's wood. Let it dry, and then I come back and sand it all. Sand all the parts, so it's nice and smooth. The good thing is the print came out really smooth already, and so it didn't need that much sanding, but I did still sand it a lot. And now it's time for my favorite part. I use this filler sand primer to fill in all the lines. And you can see right here I've spray painted it, and I've started sanding blemishes that I can still see. I just time-lapse this so you can see it was a lot of sanding. So here is the light fixture. I just bought this on Amazon, and it comes with this little cage, and I thought, oh, I can put this inside somehow and fasten it inside the 3D print. And so I just started cutting it with just some wire pliers. I don't know, are they called wire cutter pliers? I'm not great with tools. And snapped them, and I kept cutting them, and I noticed that the ring on the top where it was welded wasn't welded very well. And so as I cut it, it just broke off the top. So as I cut all the other ones off, I only ended up with 4. And I forgot to record it, but then I welded it into the middle section of the print not welded it, epoxied it into the middle section of the print. And I'm just showing you here that I've already done it, and I made sure the ring was nice and level. And the only thing I was a little nervous of is how easily the welds broke before. So I mixed up some more of this epoxy putty and I strengthened it up, is what I guess that you'd call that, so I didn't have any problems later. You can see me shaking it here. It is welded. So now I'm just ready for this metallic finish bright coat Rust-Oleum that I use, and it really makes a nice chrome looking finish. But you do have to let it dry for at least a day before you even touch it. Now I'm starting on the glass work, and I learned a little bit about glass cutting and making when I made my stained glass window. So if you want to check that out, you can go onto my channel, and you can see how I made a stained glass window. But so I've just cutting them out. You could also use like red acrylic that you could just cut. That might be easier, but since I had pieces of glass laying around, I just used that. Now I'm just gonna hot glue my glass pieces right to the 3D print. And you can see now that the glass is in, it looks really cool. And you can see my hot glue gun job there. So one thing I did is got some pipe wrap, some insulation tape that you use on pipe wrap. I was a little bit afraid maybe the heat of the bulb might mess with the plastic. So I just made a template and cut out pieces, and basically I'm just insulating that plastic from the heat. I don't know if that was necessary. I just was trying to be safe. So you can see I've covered the whole top panel where the heat might travel up. And now I'm just screwing on the eyes for the IG-11 droid. So the next thing to do is just weather it. This is a technique where you just I just used black acrylic, and you goober it on, and then you come back and wipe it off, and it stays in the cracks. So you want to get it off, but not all the way off, so you can make it look dirty. I learned this trick. You can cover it, and then you can also use Windex to make it drip. So here I'm gonna just make a few little rust. I'm using like a burnt orange color to put a little rust on it, and you just spray a little Windex and it makes it have a rust drip. So it's kind of a cool effect. And here it is, right in the middle of my Star Wars room. So yeah, I love it. I can't believe it, how good it turned out. And when it's dark, like if I turn off these lights, you can see it puts a red glow on some of the walls, and it just is the perfect light for my room when it's really dark. Just the nice ambient light. And so join me next time on another project, and remember to like and subscribe, and see you next time.